snack has played a huge part in my training camp. The protein, the ZMA, everything, the pre-workout, it's played such a major part in my training camp, keeping me healthy, keeping me recovered, keeping me feeling good, strong, and ready for my next workout.
The fight's going along, and it looks like, there's ebbs and flows, and then all of a sudden, Tyson connects, down goes Deontay. Did you feel at that moment? I know it was a little bit later in that round, but did you feel like, okay, Tyson has him now? Like this is it.
I mean, yes and no. It's just like, okay. I mean, yeah, when he lands that punch, it's like, okay, good. But yeah, then he's getting up. So yeah, you can't just sit and say this is it. It's never it. Never in the heavyweight division, and never with Deontay Wilder. So, fair credit to him, and I guess him proving a point that he's a warrior and he wants to go out on his shield. But at the same time, a trainer's number one concern is the fighter's health. So it's I guess like a double-edged sword with that situation. He proved his point, and the point was also proven, I feel, by his previous trainer Mark Breathen, by being conscious of his health. And for that being said, is why we had this trilogy. We never know what may have happened if the first fight, the second fight that they had was like this. How would this third fight here be so much exciting as it is?
Did you feel that and I know there was a big hoopla over it because of what happened in the second fight, but did you feel that the fight on Saturday should have been stopped a little bit earlier by the corner? Even though Malik said he wasn't going to stop the fight, but do you feel he should have stopped it?
I don't know. I mean, the way I look at it, you know, it's easy for me to just make a plain answer like, oh yeah, it should have been stopped. But I try to be as fair as possible because I have to look at the situation. I'm not the referee. And for everybody listening, boxing fans and not, guess what? Big secret. The corner does not always have the best seat in the house. You got poles in the way, ring corner pads and ropes. I mean, the best seat in the house is actually like the third or fourth row up, going into the bowl section, where you're at ring level. So yeah, it's not always the best seat, sitting there, watching it. So I've seen where Deontay looked like, fatigued or looked like he may have been finished, but then at the same time, I could see the same in Tyson a little bit, where it's like you're looking fatigued and certain punches may land and it looks like, oh man, you should stop it. But I mean, this is boxing and it's a warrior sport. We have our ups and downs with boxing, our tragedies and our high spectacular moments like this. So it's just for anything else in the world. And the way I understand it and the way I think about it is it's going to be a good and bad and everything. So I don't get caught up in too much of one thing, because when something bad happens, something good can happen as well.
So the next round after that first knockdown with Wilder, I think us in press row thought like, okay, this is looking like it's gonna go the same way as the second fight, and then Wilder scores a knockdown, and then he scores another one. What caused Tyson to get caught with that punch, you feel?
Like I'm Tyson Fury, but no, you saw him. He was putting pressure on Wilder going forward, and he was honestly, he was square going in. So the punch came right through the middle. I mean, plain and simple. When you go in like this, then you're just leaving a small hole for somebody to punch in. But if you have the proper angle, then those punches aren't there like that. So very simple. That's how you got caught the first time. Mm. So the second time when he got knocked down, it was a punch. It wasn't a solid punch at all. It was more of a clubbing push. And I just got to be funny. So it was more of I learned how to punch like Tyson Fury in the first fight type of deal. Because it wasn't with the knuckles at all. It was kind of like, the back of the head. But it's a blow. It was a blow. So not saying did it intentionally. I'm just being funny. But yeah, it wasn't the cleanest punch like at all. But it scored a knockdown. So that's what it was.
What was going on through your mind during that series? Like, did you I don't know, just explain to me like what was going on through your mind?
Really, it was just, get up and carry on. You know what to do in these situations. These are things that you talk about. We practice them, you go over them, and it's just executing those things, you know, at that time. If you don't practice for something, how can you be prepared for it so much better? But we try to practice everything, and that's what keeps me and Tyson so fresh. It's just the learning and the teaching and the going over things, situations, different situations. Boxing is what I always just call situational boxing. It's something that I teach. If you don't plan for that situation, how do you prepare for it?
Yeah, no, that's very true. It's the only way you can prepare for it is to put yourself in those uncomfortable situations so that you could draw like experience from being in those uncomfortable situations. When that round finishes, what do you tell Tyson in the corner? Because us ringside, we couldn't hear like the instructions that both corners were saying.
Really, what I was telling him to breathe. I mean, yeah, that was most important to me. Is breathe, get your breathing together, so we can go back out in the 5th round, and you can get back to doing what you're supposed to be doing and not make that same mistake. So if I can recall, I was telling him to breathe. I didn't say much. It was nothing for me to say really. It was for me to get my fighter back focused, back into gear, you know, to go out there and continue to box. The mistake was made already. There's no need to talk about that or to be long-winded about it and to get all dramatic. Or it's already happened. It's in the past. It's time to move forward to the next round, which is the 5th round. And that was just my choice of instructions, was just to breathe, get your breathing. He got his breathing together. And then I just told him, start getting back on the jab and don't be so square. That was it. So the first thing I had to do was to make sure he's able to understand me. And you can't talk to and expect somebody to understand you when they're tired, you know. So the first thing, I mean, the breathing is the key. So get him back breathing properly. Now he can listen to me and focus on what I have to say and go back out there for that 5th round.
Thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure to subscribe for more videos of your favorite fighters over here on Fight Up TV, and give us a follow online as well at Fight Up TV on Twitter and on Instagram. We appreciate it, guys.